Question 11c. The diagram shows the graph of y equals f of x. Sketch the graph of y equals 1 over f of x. The first point to note is the location of the vertical asymptotes, and they occur at x equals plus or minus 2. And that's because the graph of the original function has x-intercepts at -2 and 2, and the y value at the x-intercepts is 0, and the reciprocal of 0 is undefined. Hence why there are vertical asymptotes at x equals plus or minus 2. And that's the first thing drawn. The next point to note is the location of the y-intercept of the graph of y equals 1 over f of x. Now in the original graph, the y-intercept's -3, and the reciprocal of -3 is -1 over 3. So the graph of 1 over f of x will pass through the point 0, -1/3, and that's marked on the graph. The last point to note is the location of the horizontal asymptote. Now, considering the graph of the original function, as x approaches infinity or -infinity, the y value, or f of x, approaches infinity. Hence, as the y value gets larger, the reciprocal of that gets smaller. So as x gets larger, or approaching infinity or -infinity, y equals 1 over f of x will approach 0. Hence, the horizontal asymptote is y equals 0, which is the x-axis. Now, the last point to consider is the reciprocal of a positive is a positive, and the reciprocal of a negative is a negative. And hence why the graph is drawn the way it is, considering all these other points.